Next class of module 2. In module 2 we are discussing about DC motors. The working principle of a DC motor is whenever a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, a force will act on the conductor and it starts to rotate. Okay, whenever a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, a force will act on the conductor and it starts to rotate. That force F is equal to BIL Newton, where B is the flux density, I is the current and L is the length of the conductor. We know that a DC motor has two parts, stator and rotor. Stator consists of field winding and rotor consists of armature winding. The direction of rotation of a motor can be found out by Fleming's left hand rule. So we discussed all those things in the first class or introductory class of DC motor. Now, in the second class, we are discussing about the back EMF or counter EMF of a DC motor. Back EMF or counter EMF in a DC motor. When the armature of a DC motor rotates under the influence of the driving torque, the armature conductors move through the magnetic field and hence an EMF is induced. That EMF is known as back EMF. What is meant by back EMF? Okay, back EMF is also known as counter. What is meant by back EMF or counter EMF? According to the working principle of a DC motor, whenever the current carrying armature conductors, we know that rotor consists of armature winding and stator consists of field winding. Field winding produces magnetic flux. Armature winding acts as the conductor. Okay, when we fed electricity to the DC motor, when we are giving electricity to the DC motor, the current carrying armature conductors are under the influence of a magnetic field produced by field winding of the stator. Clear? Explanation manassilakka. Stator ulla winding a field winding which produces flux. Rotor winding means armature winding which acts as the current carrying conductor. Because we are giving electricity to the motor, that current flows through the armature winding and field winding. This armature winding acts as the current carrying conductor and field winding produces flux. Okay, here the armature winding and field winding are connected in parallel. When we give supply voltage to the DC motor, a part of the current flowing through the armature IA and the rest of the current flowing through the shunt field ISH. When the current flow through the shunt field winding, it produces flux and the armature acts as the current carrying conductor. When this current carrying armature conductor is placed in a magnetic field, what is happening? When the current carrying armature conductor is placed in a magnetic field, a force will act on the conductor and this armature starts to rotate. When this armature rotates under the influence of the flux, then according to Faraday's first law of electromagnetic induction, an EMF is induced in the generator. Known as back EMF. So according to the working principle, the armature rotates. Armature means armature winding rotates under the influence of the flux produced by field winding of the stator. Then according to Faraday's first law of electromagnetic induction, an EMF is induced in the armature. അപ്പോൾ മോട്ടോറിൽ ഒരു EMF ഉണ്ടാവും. കാരണം വർക്കിംഗ് പ്രിൻസിപ്പിൾ അനുസരിച്ച് കറന്റ് carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, a force will act on the conductor and it starts to rotate. Armature rotate ചെയ്യാൻ തുടങ്ങും. After that, when this flux cuts the armature winding, an EMF is induced in the armature known as counter EMF or back EMF. Why it is known as counter EMF or back EMF? Because it opposes the applied voltage. We are giving voltage to the armature winding and field winding. Then the motor starts to rotate. Due to this rotation, under the influence of the magnetic field, an EMF is induced in the armature. This EMF opposes the applied voltage. Hence it is known as back EMF or counter EMF, whose magnitude is given by EB is equal to 5Zn by 60 into P by A or 5Znp by 60A, which we discussed in the first module of EDC. That means DC generator EMF equation. EMF equation of a DC generator is same as that of the EMF equation of a DC motor. In the case of DC generator, induced EMF is denoted as EG. In the case of motor, it is denoted as EB. In the case of generator, it is denoted as EG. In the case of motor, it is denoted as EB. So counter EMF or back EMF can be found out by phi Zn by 60 into P by A or phi Zn by 60A. This induced EMF in the armature of a DC motor opposes the applied voltage. Therefore, it is known as counter EMF or back EMF. മനസ്സിലായിട്ടുണ്ടാവുന്നിരിക്കുന്നു. അതായത് armature winding and field winding are in parallel. We are giving electricity to this parallel combination. According to the working principle, the machine starts to rotate. Due to this mechanical movement of armature winding, under the influence of the magnetic field, an EMF is induced in the armature known as counter EMF or back EMF. ജനറേറ്ററിൽ മാത്രമല്ല EMF ഉണ്ടാവുക, മോട്ടോർ കറങ്ങി തുടങ്ങി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ മോട്ടോറിലും ഒരു EMF ഉണ്ടാവും. മോട്ടോർ കറങ്ങുക എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ റോട്ടോർ കൺസിസ്റ്റ് ഓഫ് ആർമേച്ചർ വൈൻഡിങ്. ആ റോട്ടർ കറങ്ങി തുടങ്ങിയതിന് ശേഷം ആ റോട്ടർ കറങ്ങുമ്പോൾ ഏതിൻ്റെ ഇൻഫ്ലുവൻസിലാണ് കറങ്ങുന്നത്? സ്റ്റേറ്റർ വൈൻഡിങ് പ്രൊഡ്യൂസേഴ്സ് ഫ്ലക്സ്. തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും ആ ഫ്ലക്സ് ആർമേച്ചർ വൈൻഡിങ്ങിനെ കട്ട് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ജനറേറ്ററിലെ പോലെ തന്നെ ഒരു EMF അത്രയും വേറൊരു ജനറേറ്ററിലെ പോലെ തന്നെ ജനറേറ്ററിൽ മെയിനായിട്ട് ഉണ്ടാവുന്ന EMF EG ആണ്. ഇൻ ദിസ് കേസ് ഓഫ് മോട്ടോർ ഓൾസോ EMF ഈസ് ഇൻഡ്യൂസ്ഡ് ഇൻ ദ മോട്ടോർ denoted as EB which opposes the applied voltage whose magnitude is given by phi Zn by 60 into P by A. The back EMF is always less than the applied voltage. EB is always less than the applied voltage. The electric work done in overcoming and causing the current to flow against EB is converted into mechanical energy developed in the armature. That means after the rotation of the motor, an EMF is induced in the rotor known as back EMF which opposes the applied voltage, which is always less than the applied voltage. The power to overcome this EB, the power which is used to overcome the EB or the electric work done in overcoming and causing the current to flow against EB is converted to mechanical power developed in the armature. What is the main function of a motor? Motor converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. So we are giving electrical energy to this motor. This electrical energy is converted into mechanical energy only due to this back EMF. If there is no back EMF, there is no energy conversion takes place. Okay, after the rotation of the motor, an EMF is induced in the armature known as back EMF. The electric work done to overcome this back EMF and causing the current flow against EB, that means EB into IA is the mechanical power developed in the armature. Thus electrical energy is converted into mechanical energy only due to this counter EMF or back EMF. ഒരു പക്ഷേ എക്സാമിന് ഇങ്ങനെയായിരിക്കും നിങ്ങളോട് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ചോദിക്കുക, ഗീവ് ദ സിഗ്നിഫിക്കൻസ് ഓഫ് കൗണ്ടർ EMF ഓർ ബാക്ക് EMF. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കേണ്ട കാര്യം, മോട്ടോറിന് രണ്ട് പാർട്സ് ഉണ്ട്. സ്റ്റേറ്റർ ഈസ് ദെയർ, റോട്ടോർ ഈസ് ദെയർ. സ്റ്റേറ്റർ കൺസിസ്റ്റ് ഓഫ് ഫീൽഡ് വൈൻഡിങ്, റോട്ടർ കൺസിസ്റ്റ് ഓഫ് ആർമേച്ചർ വൈൻഡിങ്. ഇൻ ദ കേസ് ഓഫ് എ DC ഷണ്ട് മോട്ടോർ ദേ ആർ കണക്റ്റഡ് ഇൻ പാരലൽ. അതിനുശേഷം നമ്മൾ അതിലേക്ക് ഇലക്ട്രിസിറ്റി കൊടുക്കുമ്പോൾ ആർമേച്ചർ വൈൻഡിങ് ആക്ട്സ് ആസ് ദ കറന്റ് ക്യാരിയിങ് കണ്ടക്ടർ, ഫീൽഡ് വൈൻഡിങ് പ്രൊഡ്യൂസസ് ദ ഫ്ലക്സ്. കാരണം കറന്റ് പാസിംഗ് ത്രൂ ബോത്ത് ആർമേച്ചർ വൈൻഡിങ് ആൻഡ് ഫീൽഡ് വൈൻഡിങ് വെൻ വി ഗിവ് ഇലക്ട്രിസിറ്റി ടു ദിസ് പാരലൽ കോമ്പിനേഷൻ. Then when this current carrying armature conductor is under the influence of a magnetic field, a force will act on the conductor and it starts to rotate. Conductor means armature conductor. A force will act on the armature conductor and it starts to rotate. Thus motor is rotating. After the rotation, due to this mechanical movement of armature winding or rotor, an EMF is induced in the armature because flux is already is developed in the stator. This flux cuts the armature and an EMF is induced in the armature. This EMF is denoted as EB which always opposes the applied voltage. Therefore it is known as back EMF. The power or the electric work done to overcome this back EMF and causing a current flow against EB, that is EB into IA, is the actual power developed in the motor, which is nothing but a mechanical power. Okay, a power developed in the armature which is used to overcome the work, which is the work done to overcome the back EMF and causing the current flow against EB, that is EB into IA, is developed in the rotor winding or armature winding of a DC motor, is nothing but mechanical power developed in armature. So power developed in armature is equal to EB into IA, which is nothing but the electric work done to overcome the back EMF and causing the current flow against EB, that is EB into IA, is developed in the motor, which is the mechanical power. So the energy conversion of a DC motor is possible only due to the production of back EMF. If there is no back EMF, there is no work done to overcome this back EMF and there is no current flow against this EB, Therefore, there is no energy conversion takes place. So that is the significance of counter EMF or back EMF. Counter EMF or back EMF എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ നമ്മൾ മോട്ടോറിലേക്ക് സപ്ലൈ കൊടുക്കുന്നു. ആ സപ്ലൈ കൊടുക്കുമ്പോൾ ആർമേച്ചർ വൈൻഡിങ്ങിലൂടെ കറണ്ട് പാസ് ചെയ്തു, ഫീൽഡ് വൈൻഡിങ്ങിലൂടെ കറണ്ട് പാസ് ചെയ്തു. ദെൻ ആർമേച്ചർ വൈൻഡിങ് ഈസ് അണ്ടർ ദ ഇൻഫ്ലുവൻസ് ഓഫ് എ ഫ്ലക്സ്. ആർമേച്ചറിനൊരു ഫോഴ്സ് എക്സെർട്ട് ചെയ്തിട്ട് ദാറ്റ് മോട്ടോർ വിൽ സ്റ്റാർട്ട്സ് ടു റൊട്ടേറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞതിന് ശേഷം അക്കോർഡിംഗ് ടു ഫാരഡേസ് ഫസ്റ്റ് ലോ ഓഫ് ഇലക്ട്രോ മാഗ്നറ്റിക് ഇൻഡക്ഷൻ an EMF is induced in the armature denoted as EB, which is equal to phi Zn by 60 into P by A, which opposes the applied voltage. The power developed in the armature is equal to EB into IA, which is the work done to overcome EB and to cause the current flow against EB, which is equal to EB into IA, which is the mechanical power developed in the armature. I think it is clear. Then what is the net voltage across the armature? What is the net voltage across the armature circuit is equal to V minus EB, because the applied voltage is V, induced EMF is EB. So this induced EMF EB opposes the applied voltage. So the resultant voltage across the armature is V minus EB. Applied voltage to the motor is V. Induced EMF against the supply voltage is EB. So what is the resultant voltage across the motor? V minus EB. കൊടുക്കുന്ന വോൾട്ടേജ് V. മോട്ടോറിൽ ഇൻഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന EMF EB. ഈ മോട്ടോറിൽ ഇൻഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന EMF സപ്ലൈ വോൾട്ടേജിനെ ഒപ്പോസ് ചെയ്യും. ഓക്കെ, സോ നെറ്റ് വോൾട്ടേജ് അക്രോസ് ദ ആർമേച്ചർ സർക്യൂട്ട് ഈസ് V minus EB. Then how can we find out armature current? Armature current IA is equal to V minus EB by RA. Armature current IA is equal to V minus EB by RA, because the resultant voltage across the armature is not V, because the applied voltage across the motor is V. Induced EMF in the motor is EB. This induced EMF opposes the applied voltage V. So the resultant voltage across the motor is V minus EB. What is the armature resistance? RA. Then what is the current flow through the armature? V minus EB by RA. Simple Ohm's law. V minus EB by RA, where RA is the armature resistance. From this we get a back EMF EB is equal to V minus IRA. Thus we are getting two equations for EB. One is the fundamental equation, EB is equal to phi Zn by 60 into P by A. From this we are also getting one more equation, EB is equal to V minus IRA. So since V and RA are usually fixed, the value of EB will determine the current drawn by the motor. RA is fixed, supply voltage is also fixed. It is the value of EB which determines the current flow through the motor. That is the another significance of counter EMF or back EMF. Only to this back EMF a mechanical power developed in the motor. That means energy conversion is possible only with the help of EB. That is the first significance of EB. Only because of this EB we can control the armature current, because IA is equal to, IA means armature current is equal to V minus EB by RA. Since V is fixed and RA is fixed, armature resistance is fixed, applied voltage is fixed, the only value which can control the armature current is EB. That is the another significance of EB. If the speed of the motor is high, then load will be low, speed will be high. Okay, if the speed of the motor is high, that means for less load. When the load is low, the speed of the motor is high, then the back EMF EB is large. Okay, if the speed of the motor is high, back EMF will be high. Why? What is the reason? EB is equal to phi Zn by 60 into P by A. EB is directly proportional to speed. EB is equal to phi Zn by 60 into P by A. EB is directly proportional to N. When the speed is high, EB will be high. When EB will be high, armature current will be low, because IA is equal to V minus EB by RA. Since EB is high, V is fixed, EB is high or more, definitely IA will be low. Motor will draw less armature current and hence a low torque is developed, because torque is proportional to armature current, T proportional to IA. So since low armature current, there will be low torque. Okay, since there is low armature current, there will be low torque. So this is the significance of counter EMF or back EMF. So EB has two equations. EB is equal to V minus IARA. EB is equal to phi Zn by 60 into P by A. So IA is equal to V minus EB by RA. How do we get this? The applied voltage is V, induced EMF is EB. This EB opposes the applied voltage. So the resultant voltage across the motor is V minus EB. So armature current IA is equal to V minus EB by RA. When the load will be low, speed will be high. Okay, in all motors, when load is low, speed will be high. When speed will be high, back EMF will be high. How? EB is equal to 5 Zn by 60 into P by A. EB is directly proportional to N. So when speed is high, EB is high. When EB is high, definitely IA will be low. How? IA is equal to V minus EB by RA. V is fixed. When EB is more, definitely the value of IA will decrease. When the value of IA will decrease, definitely torque will be decreased. So see this relation. So this is the importance of EB, back EMF. EB is equal to 5 Zn by 60 into P by A. EB is equal to V minus IRA. I am repeating all these things. IA is equal to V minus EB by RA. It is only due to the back EMF energy conversion is possible in a DC motor. That is the importance or significance of EB. It is the back EMF which controls the current flow through the armature, because IA is equal to V minus EB by RA. V and RA are fixed. It is the EB which controls the armature current. When the load is low, motor speed will be high. When the motor speed will be high, EB will be high. When EB will be high, there will be less armature current. When there is less armature current, there will be less torque in a DC motor. So study all these things in a systematic manner. Then only you can understand this topic. അപ്പോൾ ബാക്ക് EMF എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ മോട്ടർ കറങ്ങി തുടങ്ങിയതിന് ശേഷം ആർമേച്ചർ കറങ്ങിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്, അതായത് റോട്ടർ കറങ്ങിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ആ റോട്ടർ കറങ്ങിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത് അണ്ടർ ദി ഇൻഫ്ലുവൻസ് ഓഫ് മാഗ്നറ്റിക് ഫീൽഡ് പ്രൊഡ്യൂസർ ബൈ സ്റ്റേറ്റർ. ദെൻ അക്കോർഡിംഗ് ടു ഫാരഡേസ് ഫസ്റ്റ് ലോ, ഫ്ലക്സ് ഇങ്ങനെ വന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക, ആർമേച്ചർ ഇങ്ങനെ കറങ്ങിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക. അപ്പോൾ കണ്ടക്ടർ മൂവ് ചെയ്യുന്നു, ആർമേച്ചർ മീൻസ് ആർമേച്ചർ കണ്ടക്ടർ ഇങ്ങനെ മൂവ് ചെയ്യുന്നു, ഫ്ലക്സ് വന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നു. ഡെഫിനറ്റ്ലി ദാറ്റ് ഫ്ലക്സ് കട്ട്സ് ദ ആർമേച്ചർ കണ്ടക്ടേഴ്സ് ആൻഡ് EMF ഈസ് ഇൻഡ്യൂസ്ഡ് ഇൻ ദ ആർമേച്ചർ. അപ്പോൾ മോട്ടോറിലും ഒരു EMF ഉണ്ടാവുന്നുണ്ട്. ആ EMFനെയാണ് back EMF. Why this EMF is known as back EMF? Because it opposes the applied voltage. ജനറേറ്ററിലെ കാര്യങ്ങൾ ഡിഫറെൻ്റ് ആണ്. ജനറേറ്റർ സപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യണില്ല, വോൾട്ടേജ് ഡെലിവർ ചെയ്യാണ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ജനറേറ്റർ ഡെലിവേഴ്സ് ഇലക്ട്രിക്കൽ എനർജി, മോട്ടോർ റിസീവ്സ് ഇലക്ട്രിക്കൽ എനർജി. ഓക്കെ, so study this topic in a systematic manner. I think this topic is clear.